Hi, this is Faye with our update again. We're glad that you're going to our YouTube site, and that is, if you are getting us on Facebook, you go to YouTube/Insight USA TV, and we are doing weekly updates now on a regular basis, 2 to 3 times a week, because so much is going on. The first one I did for this week, I dealt with the governor of the governor of Kentucky, Andy Bashar, because of what he had planned to do to give citations to Christians that parked their cars, went to church on Resurrection Sunday, sent police to their windows, not keeping the status of 6 feet, and cited hundreds and hundreds of Christians with $500 fines for going and parking their car and attending a worship service on Resurrection Sunday morning. I've done some research and I checked out. This governor did not give a single citation to any mosque or any Muslim that attended mosque, only Christians. Also, I do believe that what he did is a criminal act. It is against the law for government officials to spy on American citizens, and that's exactly what he did. I called his office this morning. They put me on hold for a long time. Then when I asked him if I could leave this message for the governor to ask him if he did cite any Muslims attending mosque, or if it was only Christians that he cited, and if he realized that spying on Americans was a crime. They connected me to something that said military, a voicemail. Well, I still left my concerns, and you need to do that too. Also, Nancy Pelosi is a disgrace. And today I made a phone call to her first thing this morning. She sits in her fenced-in mansion in San Francisco and condemns and slanders the President of the United States that we elected to office. She is a disgrace. Martha Stewart went to jail for less than what Nancy Pelosi has done with her inside trading. She's made over $10 million, we're told. But what President Trump did today or yesterday was he stopped funding the World Health Organization of $800 million. I'm talking to you now. $800 million. President Trump stopped those funds going from the World Health Organization because they supported China with releasing this virus and keeping the truth covered up. Pelosi has done nothing but try to remove President Trump with her impeachment series instead of overseeing where that $800 million was actually spent. There's been no oversight, basically, of our Congress, both parties, for so long that the American people have just been absolutely, they're treasonous. And people, I'm asking you today to unite with me. The Congress is at home. They're not doing squat. The Democrats are coming out, along with Nancy Pelosi, insulting the president, is working 24 hours a day with the business people, with victims, with hospitals, with governors, and they're sitting home in their fenced-in mansions drawing full pay and just gave themselves another $90 million and refuses to give the increase that's needed for our small businesses to be able to be funded. I want you to call Nancy Pelosi's office, and I want you to leave a voicemail. I really think this woman needs to hear from the American citizens, and I think what you need to do now is let her know that we're not going to tolerate her criminal acts, and we're so sick of her slandering our president, the disrespect that she's showing for the Oval Office is unbearable. I need for you to join me now because there was no oversight from this do-nothing Congress that only works. I figured out if they worked 4 days a week, which they don't, if they did for the number of days they're working about 3 months a year, give themselves raises whenever they want, and November is coming very quickly, and if we want decent people elected to office, we have to decide that now. Christians must get involved. Education, education, education. And this virus, you need to know the facts about it. I'm going to give you an update on this that was done by Cliff Kincaid with USA Survival on my next update. But right now, write down this phone number. I need for you to call Nancy Pelosi and let her know she's a disgrace while she sits in her fenced-in mansion doing squat for the American people. All she does is come out and insult the highest office of our land. She's free to go. She's free to go to Cuba. She's free to go to Venezuela. She's free to go to China. But she needs to be investigated, and justice against Pelosi. If she had impeached the way she planned President Trump, can you imagine where America would be today with Nancy Pelosi as our president? Can you imagine? Was this scheduled? Did she really think that she could pull off removing the president? They want to affect our elections. They do not want people to identify themselves. Right now, they're doing everything they can to set up an election that would be fraudulent. We cannot let it happen. People, I need to hear from you. Please let me know if you're hearing our YouTube, on Facebook. You can go to the information that we're putting out here. Contact me, email me, and say, Faye, I'm listening, I'm watching, I'm hearing, I'm uniting with you. Let me hear from you this week. I'm going to give you now Pelosi's phone number, 202-225-4965. Where is the oversight? $800 million. This is just one area that we have no clue that we're feeding our enemies because of the lethargic Congress. And Nancy Pelosi needs to hear from you. If she had had oversight, would America have experienced this deadly virus? Ask yourself that question.